Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this tutorial I will show you how to create a rusty procedural copper material. So first things first, let's add Principal BSDF in shader editor. Let's search for the output material. We should connect it to Principal BSDF as shown in our tutorial, as shown here. So let's go through this process step by step. As you can see here, I switched it to rendered mode. So let's search for a noise texture like this, plug it over there. So move it just close to the principal BSDF node. Search for the coordinate texture node, which is gonna be helping us to add much more detail and to create a good distribution depending on the noise texture node. So let's shift control to preview it. As shown here, we have the detail and also distribution. So let's set the detail to 16, scale set it to 5, roughness 0.5. So let's plug in the factor to the base color, and you can see the detail on our material as shown here. I'm gonna be searching for the color ramp node. This node is gonna be controlling the distribution of the elements and the distribution shown here. Set the hex value for this color to create this color for the rusty copper material, because we have reddish color and darker color as shown here. So we search for brownish color like this, but should be much more darker. Set it on this color ramp. So let's add another stop like this. Set the color as shown here. I'm gonna be typing the hex value, which is 683E. And you should type this value if you want to use, as I'm using here, this value. So just let's duplicate the noise texture to add much more detail, because this rusty material is going to be oxidizing and giving other areas on our material. So set for this noise texture. So let's plug it into object and texture coordinate. So set the detail to 16, the scale should be 7, roughness 0.7 shown here, and you can notice all what's happened here and the new changing in the texture created by the noise texture. Let's add another color ramp to control the distribution of this texture for noise texture. So I'm gonna be dragging the slider for the stop. So just I'm gonna be flipping them like this. So drag it closer, should be much more closer, in order to get all this detail for oxidizing area for the rusty procedural copper material. This time I'm gonna be adding another node, which is mix RGB. And mix RGB node is gonna be mixing the colors like this. So drag it in between the color ramp and press BSDF, set color to color 1, and then set the color of the color ramp, the output to the factor input for the mix RGB. Then so click on shift control to preview it as shown here, and you can see the distribution of this brown darker material. So let's change the color, second color, to and give it this hex value, which is typed over there. You can use the same value as I'm using over there, and you have got this green darken material as shown here. This is gonna be making the oxidizing area for this rusty copper metal. So just set the metallic to 1, fully 1, because it's a metallic material. So let's add another color ramp. So just split it like this. So plug in the color to the factor of the color ramp and color to the roughness. Just gonna be creating this effect, and in this case I'm gonna be controlling the roughness using color ramp, and depending on the distribution of some areas or for oxidizing areas. So let's just darken some colors, make it much just a bit brighter like this for this stop over there. For the other, so play around with values until you get the values that you like and you feel it is better like this. So just this step is going to making the bumpiness for our materials, give it just some bumpy surface for the oxidizing material, and so just add this bump and plug it in between the base texture, the noise texture. So set the strength to 0.08 as shown here, because we need such detail in order to make it much more realistic. Let's add another bump node and plug in it normal to normal, because we have a normal data. And take this color output of the color ramp over there. So let's just connect it to the height of the bump as shown here. That you have just another mistake. Normal color should be plug it into the height. So let's just take a closer look to see what we have here in our for our material. So I think it's pretty good. So let's add another node, which is a noise texture, so to add much more control. So let's add another node which is for noise texture, like this. Move it over there tiny bit. Gonna be selecting everything, hit it, so just grab it just a little bit up, all the way up. So plug in the object output for texture coordinate to the input vector, then color to vector. So hit shift control and click on the Vornonnet in order to preview it, and you can see all these spots and all this texture as shown here. So just I'm gonna be change it to distance to edge like this. It's gonna be creating a realistic distribution in order to distinguish between the oxidizing area and the other areas and colors. So we have different areas on that rusty copper metal material. Let's add another node in order to control and give it some bumpiness for this section of our noise texture. So just I'm gonna be seeing what we have here over there. Set it to height in order to see much more detail. Select this bump, then Control Shift in order to preview it. It's gonna be showing this effect and this distribution of different colors, and you can see clearly the bumpiness in our material shown here. So just this time select the principal BSDF node, hit then hit Control Shift. It's gonna be showing up the detail like this. So just set strength to 0.08 as shown here, and finally we have got this realistic rusty copper material. Thanks for watching.